Have you ever gone outside on a night when the light from the moon wasn't visible? This is just a small sample of what the world would be like without the moon. Without the moon, the nighttime would be pitch black and even more terrifying than it already is. That's because the Earth is facing away from the sun at night. But thanks to the bright, reflective surface of the moon, we're still able to get some of the light from the sun. Today's video is all about the Earth's special companion, the light of the night sky, the moon. This video is dedicated to my niece. Thanks for the request. Now, let's learn about the moon. The moon is the Earth's only natural satellite. But how exactly did we get the moon? There are a few popular theories. The most widely accepted one is called the giant impact hypothesis. According to this theory, billions of years ago, a Mars-sized object crashed into the early Earth. The impact sent a huge amount of debris into space, and over time that debris came together to form the moon. Other theories suggest that the moon was captured by Earth's gravity or formed alongside the Earth from the same cloud of dust and gas, but these ideas don't explain all of the moon's features as well as the impact theory does. So until scientists have more information, that is the current popular hypothesis. Despite what some people might think, the moon does not make its own light. It is a huge rock, and that rock is reflective. The light we see from the moon is actually sunlight bouncing off its surface. This reflected light is what makes the moon appear bright in the night sky. Depending on the moon's position in its orbit around the Earth, we can see different portions of the lit side, which causes the moon's phases. So while the moon may look like it's glowing, it's really just acting like a giant mirror in space. Speaking of phases, the phases of the moon are the different shapes that we see as the moon orbits the Earth. These phases happen because we can only see the part of the moon that is lit by the sun, and that view changes as the moon moves. The cycle starts with the new moon. When the moon is in between the Earth and the sun, we can't see it at all. This is when there is no moon in the sky. Next comes the waxing crescent, followed by the first quarter, where half the moon is lit. Then we see the waxing gibbous, leading up to the full moon, when the entire face of the moon is bright. After that, the moon begins to wane or shrink. The waning gibbous comes next, followed by the last quarter and finally the waning crescent, before the cycle starts all over again. You can remember this by remembering that waxing means the moon is getting bigger and waning means the moon is getting smaller. This whole cycle takes approximately 29.5 days. While you may not be able to see them with the naked eye, the moon is full of unique and dazzling features. The moon's surface is covered in fine powdery dust called regolith. Its surface is covered with craters, which are holes made by space rocks crashing into it over billions of years. There are also mountains and valleys, as well as marina, which are large, dark, flat areas formed by ancient lava flows. The lighter parts of the moon are called the highlands, and they are older and more rugged. Because the moon has no atmosphere or weather, these features stay mostly unchanged over time. Beyond just lighting up the night sky, the moon has a big impact on Earth. Its gravity pulls on Earth's ocean, causing the water to rise and fall in a regular pattern called tides. We usually experience 2 high tides and 2 low tides each day because of the moon's movement around the planet. The moon also helps to stabilize the Earth's tilt, which keeps our seasons more regular and our climate more balanced. Without the moon, Earth's rotation would wobble more widely, making it harder for life to thrive. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. This famous quote was spoken by Neil Armstrong and announced to the world the first time a person set foot on the moon. Landing on the moon was one of the greatest achievements in human history. On July 20th, 1969, NASA's Apollo 11 mission successfully brought astronauts to the moon for the first time. Neil Armstrong became the first person to step onto the lunar surface, and he was followed by Buzz Aldrin, while Michael Collins stayed in orbit above in the command module. The astronauts collected moon rocks, took photographs, and did experiments. Since then, only a few other missions have landed people on the moon, but new plans are always underway to return there in the near future. Our moon is special because it is just the right size and distance from Earth to block the Earth's view of the sun. This is called an eclipse. There are two main types of eclipses involving the moon: solar eclipses and lunar eclipses. The solar eclipse occurs when the moon passes between the Earth and the sun, blocking sunlight and casting a shadow on the Earth. This is the more popular of the two eclipses. During a lunar eclipse, the Earth moves between the sun and the moon. The Earth's shadow falls on the moon, making it look dark or even red. This could be called the blood moon. Eclipses don't happen every month because the moon's orbit is tilted slightly compared to Earth's orbit around the sun. When everything lines up just right, we get these rare events. Many animals are able to reclaim the night thanks to the moon's light. These are called nocturnal animals. They are specifically adapted to be active during dark, using the moonlight to hunt, explore, and avoid predators. Raccoons, for example, use their excellent night vision and sensitive paws to search for food under the cover of darkness. Bats come out at night to hunt flying insects, using both moonlight and echolocation to navigate the skies. Other nocturnal creatures include owls, foxes, frogs, and moths that also take advantage of the dim light the moon provides. For these animals, the moon acts almost like their version of the sun, and they have adapted to operating with minimal light. Yue-Lang, Selene, Mond, Tasuki, Chandra. The moon has many names, but what is it called in English? In English, the moon's name is Luna. The name Luna comes from the ancient Roman mythology, where Luna was the goddess of the moon. The word lunar, which we use to describe anything related to the moon, also comes from her name. In Latin, Luna simply means moon. Many languages and cultures around the world have similar names for the moon that trace back to this root. Today, the name Luna is still used as a poetic and scientific way to refer to the moon. It's also a popular name for people and pets. The Harry Potter series has a well-known character named Luna Lovegood, who brought the name renewed popularity in the modern day. The moon has played an important role in cultures and religions around the world for thousands of years. Many ancient people saw the moon as a powerful symbol of mystery, change, and time. In some Native American traditions, the moon is seen as a protector or guide. In Hinduism, the moon is connected to the god Chandra, who rides across the night sky in a shining chariot. In many African and Asian stories, the moon appears in legends about creation, wisdom, or even trickery. Poets and artists across history have been inspired by the moon's soft glow, and it continues to be a popular symbol. A year is the amount of time it takes the Earth to go around the sun, or at least that's what it means now, but people did not always measure a year using the sun. Many cultures used to measure a year using the moon. The lunar calendar is a system of measuring time based on the cycles of the moon. Unlike the solar calendar, which follows the Earth's journey around the sun, the lunar calendar tracks the time it takes for the moon to go through all its phases. From new moon to full moon and back again, each cycle, called a lunar month, lasts about 29.5 days. Many cultures, including traditional Chinese, Islamic, and Jewish societies, have used or still use lunar calendars to mark religious holidays and special events. Because the lunar year is shorter than the solar year, some lunar calendars add extra days or months occasionally to stay in sync with the seasons. While every planet thinks their moon is special, Earth is just one of hundreds of known moons in the solar system. Jupiter has the most known moons, including Ganymede, the largest moon in the solar system, which is even bigger than the planet Mercury. Saturn also has many moons like Titan, which has thick clouds and lakes made of liquid methane. Uranus and Neptune have icy moons with mysterious surfaces, while Mars has two tiny, oddly shaped moons named Phobos and Deimos. Even some dwarf planets like Pluto have moons. Pluto's largest moon, Charon, is so big that the two actually orbit each other. These distant moons help scientists learn more about how planets and moons form and what kind of environments exist beyond Earth. In fact, scientists think that our best chance of finding life outside of Earth is going to be on a moon, not on a planet. And now, on to some fun facts about the moon. But before we do, I want to take a moment to thank you so much for watching this video. I'm trying to grow my small channel, so if you're enjoying this video, please don't forget to give it a like. And please subscribe if you would like more in-depth videos about educational topics. Let me know in the comments if you would ever take a rocket to a moon base, assuming that it becomes more affordable and safer, similar to air travel now. I would love to see the moon, and I would definitely visit, but I wouldn't want to live there long term because I do not like the cold, and it seems like it will be cold. And now, on to the fun facts about the moon. The moon is tidally locked with the Earth. That means that you always see the same side of the moon from the Earth. That dark side of the moon isn't always dark. It just faces away from us, so we never get to see it lit up. The moon has no atmosphere, so there's no weather or wind. However, moonquakes like earthquakes can happen on the moon. No sound can be heard on the moon because there's no air to carry the sound waves. Buzz Aldrin left a small gold olive branch on the moon as a symbol of peace. The moon is about 238,855 miles, or 384,400 kilometers away from the Earth. That's pretty far, but it is still the nearest thing in outer space. Our moon is not exactly tiny. It is actually the 5th largest moon in the solar system. The moon's surface temperature can go from 260 degrees Fahrenheit, that's 127 degrees Celsius, in the day, down to negative 280 degrees Fahrenheit or negative 173 degrees Celsius at night. Like I said, I don't like the cold. Because the moon has less gravity than Earth, you would weigh about 1/6 as much on the moon as you do on Earth. Think about how different life would be without the moon. We look up and can't imagine a sky without it. However, it technically won't always be there. The moon is slowly moving away from the Earth at about 1.5 inches per year. While it won't happen anytime soon, future descendants will live in a world without the moon lighting up their night sky. When you take a moment to imagine how very different that world will be, it really makes you appreciate how much the moon is integrated into our way of life. So next time you're staring up at the sky on a starry night, don't take the moon for granted. Give it the appreciation it deserves. Thank you so much for watching. Parents and teachers, if you'd like educational resources that make learning fun and engaging while making prep time easy for you, check out the link in the description to visit my website. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to get messy and make lots of mistakes today. Bye!